It's like people thought if you did it, like it was a bad thing,
right.
or
you
were
taking
the easy way out,
right?
Or like, oh, you don't have diabetes, so why? Like,
why are you taking it?
So many bad things are, oh, the celebrities just do it, and it's you just pay, and you don't have to do anything. You said to me, it's just a helping hand.
Yeah, you still have to do it,
and that's what like clicked for me. Yeah. Like it wasn't going to be a magic pill that you take, and all of a sudden you're just come out as skinny.
Is it hot? Is it cold? What degree? Spill the tea.
Dad, I'm filming my podcast.
All right, we have episode 7 here of Tea with V, producer Adrena, director Lane.
And special guest, Dr. Sherry Sakowitz. You're in my phone as Dr. Sherry.
Oh, thank you.
Even though you're Dr. Sakowitz.
Yes.
Okay, welcome back to Tea with V. This is the anti-bullshit guide to feeling good in your body with Dr. Sherry Sakowitz. Welcome back, tea sippers.
Tea sippers?
I'm trying that. That's new. Do you like it?
I like that. Tea sippers.
Welcome back, tea sippers. This is another episode of Tea with V, where we get real, raw, and a little bit ridiculous in all the best ways. Today, I have someone incredibly special with me. Not just a powerhouse in wellness space, but someone I genuinely adore on a personal level. Dr. Sherry Sakowitz, a concierge obesity medicine doctor, a total wellness queen, and someone who's as passionate about helping women feel good in their bodies as she is about a glass of Sauvignon Blanc at the end of the day. We met on a boat and instantly clicked, and the rest was history. And I've been obsessed with her ever since. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. Today we're talking self-worth, wellness myths, body confidence, and how to become that girl without losing your mind and staying balanced. Balanced is a very controversial word, but let's welcome the poised, persuasive, and endlessly positive Dr. Sherry.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
I'm
you're
excited
here.
too.
You're like one of the first people I told about my podcast.
Oh, I'm so proud of you that you're doing this. This is awesome.
Thank you. So Dr. Sherry and I met on a boat in the Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a real estate client, invited by a real estate client, and you were on the boat as well.
Yes, I was.
And so was Peyton Manning? Eli Manning?
Eli Manning,
okay.
yes.
So was Eli Manning?
Yes.
That's all we'll say, I guess.
Yes, yes.
And we clicked, and instantly it was like she read my mind. I don't even know the first question you asked me, and I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for you. As most women struggle, right, with, even if it's not their weight, it's the emotional and mental part of it.
Absolutely.
Fitting into today's society. And it was whatever words you spoke that literally
spoke to you.
Yeah.
You're just like, I need to come here. Yes.
And it's almost 2 years I've been working with you, and you helped me be really happy for my wedding and honeymoon, which was so amazing.
So happy.
Not to be in like a bad headspace for that, about how you're feeling about your body. And you changed my life. I'm not just saying that, and we'll get into it, but
Okay.
I had a very horrible relationship with food and body image and all of that, which I'm sure most women do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you seriously changed my life and my mom's, like just the way of thinking about food and everything, which we'll get into, you changed my life.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Let's
spill the tea. Dr.
Okay.
Sherry gave me full authority to ask whatever I want.
Yes.
She's unfiltered.
Unfiltered today.
So let's go.
Yes, let's do
But
it.
let's take it back first.
Okay.
I know your father's in medicine. Did you always want to go into medicine? What was your desire for that?
Well, I was always pre-med, but I felt like I needed to do something a little more exciting when I graduated college. So when I moved to the city after college, I actually worked at a modeling agency, not as a model, but as the assistant to the president. And I was in that space for about a year and a half. And I had a lot of fun. I was going out every night. I was running around with all the models, going out to dinner clubs. It was part of my job. And then something sort of like something happened in my mind, and I said, you know what, I could do more with my life. And I wanted to do something more important and help people. So that's when I went to medical school.
Okay, after that experience. Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what like pulled you to medicine?
I just wanted to help people.
Right.
That's really what it is. I just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
I love science. I love learning new things. And that's just really what it was. I wanted to help people.
You're more than just like a genius doctor, medical world. You have something in you that I would say a lot of doctors don't, that it goes beyond, okay, I'm smart and I'm a doctor and I could help you out here. But it's like your presence, your energy, the way you are with your patients, it's like beyond therapy. Like it's life-changing. It really is.
Thank
you have
you.
something really special.
Thank you.
What was your relationship with food and body image growing up?
Okay, so I definitely struggled with my weight growing up. I remember my mom always used to tell me, "Oh, Sherry, you're so pretty, but like you should, you had to lose a little weight." And she was always watching everything I ate. Oh, like I mean, and I lived for my mom. She was my best friend in the world, and I know she meant all good things, but she was constantly watching me, and she always would say things to me like, "Do you need these things? Are you sure you want them?" Always, really wanting me to lose weight. And I wasn't, I probably needed to lose 10, 15 pounds in high school, but I definitely, I heard about it every day. And it even came to the point that I remember when I was 16, my parents said if I could lose 10 pounds by my 17th birthday, they would get me a car. It was my dream car.
Yeah.
So I tried so hard to lose those 10 pounds, and I couldn't lose them.
Wow.
And I struggled. I remember I was like, I would go on these diets. It was the fat-free stage, so I would eat everything fat-free. I would work out, and the scale wasn't moving, and I would get really frustrated and upset. And the story ended that I did not lose the 10 pounds. I did get the car.
Right.
They just were trying to use that.
Right.
They were trying to reward me with losing weight, which is, by the way, one of my number one things I tell my patients not to reward with anything like that. But so I struggled with it. I would lose weight and I would gain weight, and I did it probably 20 times. All throughout college, starting in medical school, I started to really do a deep dive and just really read about it, and just really changing the way I was eating and exercising. But it really wasn't until I started my residency when I really got into it, and I really started working with a pediatric cardiologist in my program, and we started a program actually for patients to help them lose weight. And it wasn't until I really started reading about it and understanding what was causing it, and realized that all the advice I had been given previously, and believe me, I tried every diet. I've done it all.
Right.
I've done Weight Watchers and Nutrisystem and Jenny
That's
Craig
it,
and everything.
Nutrisystem.
I
was on that. Oh my God.
I did it all.
Yeah.
I went to dietitians. I went to endocrinologists.
Right.
I mean, I uncovered every stone.
Everything.
I thought something was wrong with me, and everyone told me something different to eat, and there was all different advice. Finally, I realized that I was approaching this all wrong. That there's no good or bad foods. Like what I tell you, that there's no good or bad foods. A lot of it is psychology. We're given so much information about it, and I definitely used to binge eat. I definitely punished myself. I definitely would, because I'm hyper focused, and I'm a go-getter, and I was always the A student. I wanted to eat perfect,
right?
And if I didn't do it perfectly, then I would be really upset with myself, and I would punish myself. I would tell myself I got to go to the gym an extra hour. I can't eat breakfast now. I would come up with these ridiculous, punishments in my mind, and I realized that was all wrong. So once I started just going on the right, what I tell all my patients today, that's when I sort of healed myself and realized that this was my calling, and this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and just help people. Yeah. And so I became a pediatrician. Then I became board certified in obesity medicine, and this is all I do. I've been doing it for 20 years. Right. I've been doing only weight loss for the last 11 years, and I love it. I love helping people. I love changing people's lives
and see a difference.
Freeing people. And I see it from so many people, and it's so gratifying, and it just keeps me going. And I just, it's I go to work every day, and I absolutely love what I do. Right. I love helping people.
That's incredible. Yeah. I mean, beyond seeing a physical difference in your patients, you're probably seeing the mental and emotional as well, which is even more.
100%. 100%. It's the people who are free now. They don't feel like they have to avoid social events, or they can't go on vacation. It's freeing. Mm-hmm. It's just when you think about it in a different way, it just your life opens up, and you don't feel like a prisoner to the food. You don't feel like the food is in charge. You're you're fine. You take back, you're in charge again.
Right.
So, but yeah, I see people's personalities changing. People,
coming out of depression probably.
Yes, I see it all. Like it's, it's the psychosocial stuff that's even more important because people don't, if someone has high blood pressure or somebody has prediabetes, you don't really feel it.
No.
Like people don't, as much as it's like, it's not good. And I always tell people, but really it's the psychosocial stuff that is most upsetting to people. It's the anxiety. It's how people feel how they look in clothing. Like people are upset by that. And we're living in a society where your physique, your appearance is everything. So,
but I feel like that's always been, right? Because I want to go back to where you said it sort of stemmed with your mom, not that it's her fault. She's your best friend, but I relate when you were saying that because on the same level, again, my mother thought she was helping, right? But that's what was being done to her as well when her experience growing up and her society and generation of growing up.
Yes.
That's all she also knew because it's what the world that she was living in. Like, like you said, I went on what is it?
Nutrisystem. With the meals delivered to you.
Literally at 16 or, at 15, I remember being at Weight Watchers. Like, I think I weighed 101 pounds.
And you still went to Weight Watchers.
Yeah. But truly believing that
you needed to like eat differently. Yeah. Like you had to change.
Maybe 110 pounds. I don't remember.
Whatever it was, you just felt like you needed to do it. Because we're living in a diet culture. Like we're living in an obsessed society with weight and appearance.
Right.
And as, parents feel like that they're good parents when they bring up children who have a healthy weight. They don't, they blame it on themselves. Like they feel like it's their responsibility. Your mother's
same experience and that's why it passed down?
I'm sure it was. Yes, I'm sure it definitely was. Like her mom was always telling her like to eat healthy and to do this and to do that. And my mom left home very early, and she did not have a good relationship with her mother. But I know that my mom, and like I said, she definitely meant well, but like she drove me crazy.
Right.
She did. Right. She in a good way, but she was always obsessed. Like I would go out for dinner and I try to put a little butter on my bread, and I still remember her giving me the evil eye from across the table. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh my God." Look. Yeah. And like today, like I don't really eat bread. I'm not a bread eater.
Right.
But if once in a blue moon I feel like going to a restaurant and I want to have butter, I'll do it.
And that probably was the temptation that made you want it more, or like that you can't have it, or the restrictions.
Yes,
right?
It was the fact that she was restricting me and like making me feel that I was disappointing her.
Right.
That I wanted it even more.
I
and
know.
It was like this whole play on psychology. So, and that's one thing I tell all my patients, like the more you restrict, and it could be just, it could be that evil eye at the end of the table. It could be just a little statement like, are you sure you need this?
Right.
Or do you really want that? You just ate something. It's those little tiny comments that do the worst damage because you immediately think that like you're disappointing them. You're doing something wrong. And nobody likes to feel like we shouldn't be feeling guilty about a food choice. We're not committing a crime. We didn't do something bad. We're just having a little butter or having a little extra whatever it is.
A piece of enjoyment, maybe.
A piece of enjoyment. And like, it's like who is anyone to decide what you're going to eat?
Right.
And although like a lot of moms, they think they're doing the right thing, they do the most damage. And I see it all the time. And like any kind of restriction, that's the one thing I tell my parents on day one is like, no food police, no restrictions in the house.
I was going to just ask, what's your advice? So before I go into my journey of motherhood, say I have a little girl, God willing.
Yes.
I don't want her to go through what I went through, right?
Yes.
What I'm at 35, I'm just still recovering from. So how do you handle that? Because there's no.
So I have two boys. Right. I have 15 and 17 that are very healthy. And I practice what I preach. And one thing I always say is that I don't bring stuff in the house.
Right.
There's no rules that they can't eat ice cream or they can't eat cookies. I've never said anything is bad for them or anything like that. I just have sort of established that there are some types of foods that we eat every day.
Right.
And they know that their meals are real food always.
Balanced,
they've always been with proteins and fruit and vegetables and everything from day one. And they know that there are some days that we go for ice cream and it's not a big deal. I don't limit them in front of their friends. I never did, even
like,
when
don't eat sugar. Yeah.
No, I've never said anything is bad for them. And when we went to parties when they were younger, like I would never give them the evil eye that they're eating too much
cake.
pizza or cake.
Right.
And but they knew that like for their meals, they were always home cooked with healthy real foods, and that's what I sort of established from day one. And there's never a restriction.
Right.
So Halloween came and like I let them eat whatever they wanted to for a few days, and
Right.
then of course I would buy their candy from them, and
Right.
they would
Right.
take advantage and
Right.
and like get some kind of big gift.
I mean, bribery works.
Well, yeah,
It worked
bribery
on
definitely
me.
works.
It
Yes.
works, yeah.
But like, there's no restriction.
No.
We talked about like, to eat foods that are real and nourish your body. And
Yeah.
we talk about foods like being healthy in terms of like giving them a lot of nutrition,
Right.
and feeling good.
It's so crazy how psychology, I feel like, is really like
Huge.
everyone thinks, oh, it's what I'm eating or the gym, right? But it's psychology that is the biggest play in it, and it starts when you're young.
When you're young,
right? Which is what messes you
100%.
up.
Yes.
Like I always say in Italy, right? So the drinking age limit really doesn't exist, but it's 18. That's why they don't have a problem, right? With kids in high
Because it's
school.
like not
or
a big
college.
deal.
No, because it's not
like
a big
there's
deal.
There's no forbidden fruit.
Right.
It's just like not a big
Like
thing.
in my house growing up, we didn't have like soda that was around all the time, but it wasn't restricted, right? It wasn't banned. And me and my brother like drink water. I see, like it's so we
'Cause
don't
it just
think of
wasn't-
it as like
Right.
that's something bad. We can't have it. You know,
Right,
you have
you
it
just
when you
didn't
want
want it. You just didn't really want it.
Exactly. So I think that's great advice. Okay, we're only on question 1, and I have so
Okay.
many cards.
Oh my
for
God,
you.
let's go. I'm so excited.
Like I am so excited that you're here because this is such, especially this podcast that like I want to gear towards women and women entrepreneurs or anybody going through any of this. Like this is such
Oh, it's so important.
not
all
only
this
a hot
stuff.
topic, but it goes back like we said, like generations.
Yes.
So
100%.
okay. You're board certified obesity medicine.
Yes.
For those who aren't familiar, what does that actually mean?
Okay, so in medicine, when you are board certified in a certain subject matter, that means that you have to take a test in order to be considered like at the top of your field, and that we treat only weight issues.
Right.
So I am board certified in pediatrics also.
Right.
And I'm also board certified. It's called obesity medicine. I like to call it weight management because I don't
like
like
that.
that word obesity.
It's a horrible word.
It's a horrible
Yeah.
word. Yeah, I usually don't like to use it, but it is
Right.
obesity medicine. And so what that means is I had to study a lot, take a board exam, pass it. I think it was like an 8-hour board exam. And that makes me able to say that I am like a diplomat of the American Board of
Right.
Obesity Medicine.
Right.
And that's all I do. So I'm an expert at, any kind of eating, all the weight loss medications, of course,
Right.
which
Which we
I,
would
which
definitely
is
get
like,
to.
yes,
Yeah.
which I prescribe all the time, all day long. And just people who have any kind of weight issues. So
Yeah.
anyone who is on any of these weight loss medications, it's so important to go to a prescriber who knows what they're doing.
And you monitor, obviously, every
monitor
patient.
everything to make sure they're doing
Yeah.
the right thing, to make sure that they're losing fat
It's
and
safe,
not
it's
muscle.
healthy, yeah.
Yeah, because like anyone can prescribe any medication, but
Right.
from what I've seen, all the things that you see on the news that like bad side effects, or it's all been prescribed by people who don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Aren't monitoring their patients. They're not giving their patients the right advice, and the patients are suffering. They're getting really bad side effects. They're not doing it the right way. They're losing a lot of muscle.
Which is
They're setting
dangerous, yeah.
themselves up for failure.
Right.
So
Because they're getting like maybe the off market.
they're getting
Things
maybe the
going around.
compounded
Right.
medications, which hopefully aren't going to be available too much longer. So the wrong medications and the wrong doses, not the right advice as far as like what to eat, how to maintain, how to lose fat and maintain your muscle.
Right.
They're not being monitored correctly.
And that's the problem. That's
and
the issue, right?
Yeah, and that's the issue. Yes.
So which I want to get into the medication, which we're definitely going to touch on.
Okay.
But how did your personal journey from growing up shape how you treat your patients today?
Oh, 100%.
Because you're like the best bedside manner in the world.
Thank you. Well, I feel like I've gone through it. Like
Right.
I know
Like you
what they're
personally
going
relate.
through. I punished myself. I remember telling myself multiple times I would binge on something, and then I would not allow myself to eat dinner.
Yeah.
I would say to myself, I have to go to the gym for like an hour
Right.
and like burn off the calories. I did it to myself for so long.
Right.
And I was in this terrible thing that I would like diet, like with very low amount of calories, lose weight quickly. I would feel really good. I wouldn't be able to sustain it because it would be so restrictive that like I was like I can't live without
eating,
bread.
like, cucumbers.
Right. I was like I would be eating food that doesn't even taste good. It was totally not sustainable, and then I would like for a week or two gain it back, and then I'd be like, here I go again. I got to start Monday morning. I'm going to start, and I would go on this like restrictive diet again.
The most daunting process.
It was horrible, and I remember thinking like, when am I ever going to go out of this? And I remember thinking back, like I used to think of myself like I'm smart, like I do everything else well, like why can't I get a hold of this? What is wrong with me? And I had these thoughts in my mind for years, like what is wrong with me? Why can't I do this? And it can't be that hard, but I couldn't do it. Anything else I put my mind to, I could do. I couldn't do this. And but when I finally realized what I was doing wrong, like I said, I changed the way I think about these things. When I feel like I need to like spread that to everybody I know, and I've
You're
done
actually
it.
making
I
me get emotional.
I felt it. Like I did it for so many years. So like any patient that comes to me, like I know where they're at. Like I've been there. So like
literally
I've been there. I've been there. I've done it. So like I know what to say in order to change it.
When you go to a male gynecologist, to the male, and they're like, oh, I know how you.
Yeah, I know how you
don't fucking know.
No, you have exactly. It's the same thing.
You don't have a vagina.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like no, I know.
No, I know how it feels to have like gained weight and to like feel like shit and like feel like, oh my God, like to do this again. And like I get it. Like
the punishment part, like
did you used to punish yourself?
I'm back in senior year prom.
Yeah.
And I remember I ate dinner with my parents and the prom was the next day and it was like 9:00 at night, right? And I was like, I have to go on a run. This was before my knee stuff so I could run. And they're like, what? Why? It's late. Like it's dark. Like no. And so I didn't. And I woke up the next morning, like day of prom, and I wanted to go run. Like I had no fat on me. Like I was very thin. But in my head, I punished myself for like having dinner before prom, which is wild.
Insane.
Like you need to survive.
Yes.
I actually didn't expect that I would feel like emotional during this, but everything you're saying
like resonates.
It's like every single word that I've felt in my body and have kept inside or said out loud.
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
I feel like so many people, when I tell them that, it's like they feel like they're free. They're like, oh my God.
No, I feel
like they're like almost like waiting for someone to tell them that like you can do it. Like stop punishing yourself. And it's a form of bullying. Like we're bullying ourselves. Like what are you doing? Like the way we talk to ourselves, it's terrible. If you spoke to your friend that way, you wouldn't have any friends.
Oh my God, I would never.
Of course,
I would never speak to a friend that way, and no one would speak to me after that.
Yeah, but a lot of people speak to themselves like that so much. So that's another thing I tell my patients on day one. I'm like, no more bullying, and I kid around with them all the time, but I'm being serious. Like you have to speak kindly to yourself, and like who cares if you eat a brownie or 2 brownies? You didn't commit a crime. Like
just don't eat 5.
Whatever. Move on from it.
Exactly.
You did it. Sometimes you eat because you feel like you eat it,
and I think that's the hard part too. The moving on, right? Because you go through the phase of the guilt after.
Oh, terrible
and then
guilt.
It's the daunting process of I have to start over, and I'm already like this and a failure. So
I'm never going to be able to do this.
Right.
I'm never going to be able to do this. What's wrong with me?
And like the self-talk.
Yes, negative self-talk, and the negative self-talk gets you into the worst self-sabotaging behaviors. The more negative talking you do, the more you're going to like think about eating something. Then you're looking at more food. You start, and then all of a sudden,
like, whatever, I'm a failure anyway. Like it's just crazy. I mean, you've changed my life with so many things, but like all the things you've said, and it's only almost 2 years, I think about on a daily basis. Like I truly thought eating a carb would make me fat.
Right.
And you're like, no, you're like, you need carbs.
Yeah, like you need carbs. Like carbs, there's no good or bad
there's no
carbs.
good or bad.
Right,
and
there's no good or bad carbs.
Even
there's good or bad
about
portions.
Food and like there's no good or bad. Like,
no, there's no good or bad.
We've like villainized it or,
Yes.
And like, okay, I'm eating cucumber, so I'm so healthy. Like that's not going to make you lose weight from eating one cucumber. Or that's not going to make you gain weight from eating one, I don't know, chocolate chip cookie, whatever it is. It's psychology that is so mind-blowing to me that's
it is. And if you can if you continually say that to yourself, there's no good or bad carbs, good or bad portions, it liberates you.
Yeah.
Like you feel free. Like, you know what, I can have it. Like it's not a big deal, and like and move on from it, and then enjoy your life and eat normally, and it just frees you. We're a prisoner of our own thoughts,
so
especially with food, and things have been like we've been thinking about them for so many years, and they're wrong. It's the wrong way of thinking,
Right.
and it's the way like my mom spoke to me, the way your mom, and society.
And
it's
the way
society
they were spoken
talks.
to. Yeah,
It's the way society talks.
Ads
Like what
they
you
would
should
see
do.
growing up, even
Yes.
like other women.
And friends would be like, oh, I'm not eating that. You'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be eating carbs. Like,
Right.
you know, it's like you see people doing it. You see there's tons of articles with the wrong information.
The self-worth, even like the concept of people feeling like they can't be loved if they don't look a certain way.
100%.
Right?
I remember growing up, I never had a boyfriend because in my mind, I was like too big to have a boyfriend.
Right.
I remember thinking like I didn't like I have to wait, or maybe I have to lose 10 pounds and then I'll have a boyfriend.
Right.
I remember thinking that.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
And it's like so ridiculous. Like people, if you look at today, like people of all sizes have boyfriends, but like this was in my mind.
I know.
I wanted to be perfect.
You really believe it.
Yeah, I was believing it.
What really helped for me too, what you did was, because what I struggle with the most is the restriction part. And like, I don't like to use the word diet anymore because of you, because
good.
it's just, you're living life.
Just living your life. You're living a healthy lifestyle.
I hate the word diet. It really triggers me when people talk about it, like, and so I'm still getting over that. But it's because I spent 33 years
Thinking about dieting.
it's all I thought about.
Yeah.
Like literally, and okay, not when I was a baby, but like, I'm not kidding. Like probably about at 11 is when it started.
Kids today.
When you start
earlier
going through puberty
and earlier.
and it's just wild. I'm getting emotional. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Do you believe that women want to change their bodies and still love themselves in the moment?
I wish they would think that.
Right.
But I feel that people change their bodies and because they don't love themselves.
Right.
And they feel that once they get to a certain size, then they'll start loving
Right.
themselves more. I try to tell my patients, like, enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Love yourself at any
Otherwise,
size.
you're just chasing.
Yeah. I try to be positive that way all the time and just say, enjoy it. You know, if you don't fit into your clothes, buy some stuff that fits you now. So you feel good. Wake up every morning, put your makeup on, like feel good about yourself, even if you're not at the size you want to be. But like you want to feel good every day.
Live in it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, from what I see, a lot of people, they don't feel good.
I wish we could change that.
Yeah, I wish we could change that too.
Yeah. You said that, which was so surprising, but again, that you used to be a size 14.
Yes.
How did that version of you shape the woman that you are now?
Okay. So I remember, I think that I was actually happy. I've always been positive and happy.
I mean, you're a very happy person.
I'm a
Yeah,
happy person.
positive.
And to be honest with you, at that time, I don't remember I remember thinking to myself that like, even I'm a 14, like, I don't think I look like a 14. I still thought
Right.
like I was attractive.
Right.
I still thought I looked good. I remember thinking to myself that like, oh, I still have nice legs. I wear big shirts.
Yeah.
But I was always confident, even though I was bigger.
Yeah.
I look back at my old self. I can't even believe that I was a size 14 because
Right.
like it's
I would
so
not believe
different
it,
now.
knowing
Like
you
I
now.
can't even imagine. But I remember like I always felt good about myself. How it shapes me today. I mean, I feel like today, obviously, I'm more confident in my body size. But at that time, I didn't realize I was that big. I really didn't. Now I can't even imagine how I was. But I remember not really thinking about it. And I remember my mom always, when I was a size 14, she would always say to me, Sherry, just even if you get to a size 8 or 10, like you look great. Like just, strive for that.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like I felt good at that time.
Right.
And like I mean I cared, but I didn't care that much, I guess, because otherwise if I cared that much, I guess I would have, done something different. But I don't know. I was okay.
I actually really relate to that.
I don't know. I was like okay.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. I was never like depressed of my weight.
Right.
I always had my mom in my ear. Like I was
maybe
like,
that bothered you the most.
She wanted me to lose the weight. I think more than I did.
I actually know so many mother-daughter relationships that I've seen that is so true. And even like on the outside looking in at that, it hurts to watch.
Yes.
Because like
I see that
she
all
wants
the
to,
time.
like that daughter just wants to be loved by you and accepted.
Yes, and you know what? That's such a great point because I have so many parents who bring their kids to see me. They're not ready to lose weight.
Right.
They don't even want to.
They actually
like to lose. They like the way they look. And I always tell the parents, like, they're not ready. Like, you have to show your child that, like, you love them at any size. It doesn't matter that you're not going to love them anymore. And unfortunately, a lot of moms feel that they have, like, done something, like that they're not a good parent, that they've done something wrong,
right?
And they don't love their child that they should.
Like,
it's not like
this one I'm thinking about. It like became their whole story, you know, of the mom being very tiny and her trying to make the daughter lose weight.
Yep,
and
I see a lot of those stories.
It was so hard to watch because, like, I just wanted to say to the mom, she just wants you to love her. That's it. Yeah, and like she'll lose the weight.
I see this all the time.
Is that hard?
It's very hard. And I try to tell the parent, like, you have to just wait until they're ready.
Like, back off.
And sometimes, back off. And I always say, like, maybe this isn't the right time. Like, they'll take them to me. And sometimes it is the right time, but sometimes it's not. And I say to the parents, like, why don't you guys, like, you know, regroup and, like, I'm here. Like, you can come back in 6 months. You can come back in a year when you're ready. But, like, if your child isn't on board with it, like, it doesn't matter if the parent's on board. Like, we all know when you want to get healthy and lose weight, like, you'll do it. Like, you figure out a way. But, like, not everyone is ready all the time. And I think a lot of parents, a lot of moms, it's moms really, they take it as, like, a personal failure that their child isn't, like, as skinny as they are.
Okay, so then I know I asked for advice, like, when I have a daughter, right? How to be with them. What about to the moms watching, how not to think they're a failure? How, if your child is a little bit overweight at the moment or going through puberty, or what's your advice to that mom who's trying to change their
I
child?
think you can't make your child feel that they are like that they're disappointing you in any way, because the minute, like, nobody likes to feel like they're disappointing anyone, even somebody in school. They don't want to disappoint their teacher. Like, nobody likes to feel bad. So you always want to, like, tell your child that you're so proud of them, and you never want to make them feel that their worth is based on their, like, physical appearance, whether it be their weight or whatever they're looking like or whatever, you know. It's like, it's not a parent's job to do that. A lot of parents think it's their job and do the wrong thing and make their child feel bad. But I would just sort of, like, you want to, first of all, you want to act like a good role model. So, like, you know, and bring foods and things into the house that you would want them to eat. You know, if you're very active as a parent, you try to get your kid to be active with you. Like, let's go together to
healthy influences.
Healthy influences. But most importantly, never make your child feel like they're any less than anyone else for their weight or their appearance. And, you know, be on board and supportive, and give your child, you know, shower them with the compliments, and even with the way they look. Even if somebody is a size 10 or 12, they can still look beautiful. They can still, like, have great haircut. They can still look great in an outfit. Make your child feel good
and let them get there on their own.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to. You never want to make your child feel like you're disappointing them. I mean, that they're disappointing it. You know, it's like it's so important. It's the way that parents interact with their children and what they say really becomes that child's inner voice. So if your mom is constantly saying to you, like, you shouldn't eat that, you know, you should, are you really hungry? Like, that sort of becomes the inner voice of the child. And then all of a sudden you're messing them up. Yes. So if you shower them with compliments and then that becomes their inner voice. That they feel confident, they feel good. And, you know, like I said, if you're having healthy food in the house and you're going for different activities together, then you're sort of leading the way for them to become healthy.
And that's your job, right? To build their
as
confidence.
A parent.
Which leads me to my next question. Where does your confidence come from? Like, how do you define confidence today, especially in a world that's constantly pushing perfection?
I know. You know what? I think my confidence comes from my parents. So I grew up in a very loving home. My parents showered me with compliments growing up. I would always do the right things. And I'm sure I shouldn't say that. I probably did a lot of the wrong things, but my parents looked for the right things and to compliment me with all the right things. They never commented on the wrong things. So I think I was just brought up in that sort of like an environment that, you know, and that I felt good. And I don't know. I am confident, and I know I'm not perfect, but I feel like I guess I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
And my confidence also comes from, as far as like with all the like obesity stuff, like I'm very well read. I'm on top of everything. I love to read. I love to keep up with all of this. I know the like.
Oh, you know your shit.
I know my
Yeah,
shit.
you
Yeah,
do.
I know what I'm doing.
You really
like
do.
I know it. Like I know it. So like,
Yeah.
I'm confident that I know everything
Yeah.
there is to know. There's not. And if I don't know something, like I'm the first one to say I'm not sure. Like
Right.
I'll go look it up. But like I am confident that like I don't want to say I know more than anybody, but I know
Right.
just as much as anyone else in this
Right.
field. So
I think you know more
feel
than
that,
anybody.
like, yeah,
I think she thinks that. I could
thank
say
you.
it.
Thank you. So I think, I don't know. I guess it's just my personality, my upbringing.
Well, I was going to say too, a lot of your positivity, maybe even because you were saying when you were a bigger size, like you were happy, right?
I was.
So like that confidence, is it innate or is it something you teach yourself? Like where?
I think
how
it
do you-
probably came, like, I know my dad is also like super positive. I
Right.
think it's just maybe part of my personality that I
Yeah.
maybe inherited.
Yeah.
And then my upbringing. And I definitely think I think it's definitely like
Yeah.
something that comes from within.
Right. It
And
might even be like a choice. Like you.
yeah, I choose to be positive.
Exactly.
I do. Like, I don't want to feel like that. I don't know. I think I choose every day. I wake up
Yeah.
every morning and I'm like, today's going to be a great day.
You have to choose
I
it.
do.
Yeah.
I choose it. Like, it's going to be a great day.
Live
and
like Dr. Sherry.
positive.
Okay, now going into some wellness, right?
Okay.
But wellness without the BS.
Okay.
So there is so much noise in the wellness world.
So much.
I'm admittedly one of the wellness junkies. I'm obsessed with reading everything wellness, everything I
Yeah.
listen to. The other night I stayed up till like 1 a.m. because I was in this hole of having to order water filterization for our home and air purification, blah, blah, blah. So how do you help the clients cut through the bullshit? Because you actually helped me
Okay.
once. Do you remember what I'm going to say?
Which one? Oh, with the carnivore. Okay.
So I went on, I was a few months into Dr. Sherry helping me, maybe 6 months. And then I call her one day or text her and I was like, I'm going to go carnivore. Like me and my husband are going to try this. And she's like, okay, like if you want to, you can do that. I don't know that I would advise it, but it's your personal choice. I got so sick, like literally the flu.
I know.
And vomiting.
I know.
And then there was a post on Instagram about why not to do it with what I was doing. And I was like, oh my God, this is
You're like,
about
oh
me.
my God. Yeah, it was.
I was like, Mom, this is literally about
Yes.
me. We were crying, laughing.
Yeah, so
So how do you help them cut through the bullshit?
So I think there is so much BS out there. Like so many people have their own theories on what to do, and there's paleo and there's keto and
Like
there's
TikTok doctors.
100 things. There's so many
Not real
TikTok
doctors.
doctors, and
Yeah.
there's so many people on Instagram, so many influencers that, believe me, they have like millions of followers, and I look at them every day, and I'm like, what are they saying? Like
Right.
this is the wrong advice.
Right.
And the truth is, people are making it so much more difficult than it really is.
Yeah.
There's no, aside from the medications, which which we'll talk about
Right,
after, which I
yes.
think are magic pills.
Yes.
But there is no magic formula to getting healthy. It's
Right.
just about being active.
Yeah.
Eating real food.
Yeah.
Eating real food, fruits, vegetables,
Right.
lean meats, whole grains. It's just, it's really basic.
Right.
You don't have to do anything
It's
special.
a lot more simple than people.
It's really simple. And like
Yeah.
you hear, like there are so many supplements out there that are not regulated by the FDA,
Oh
that
my
there's
God.
no data backing
Right.
it up. And people ask me all the time, like, what am I taking? All the different things. And
Right.
like the truth is
It's confusing
very little.
people.
Like there's not a lot of
Yeah.
research. I mean, and my big thing is I tell people, if it makes you feel good, like if you
Right.
feel good having something, then have it.
Right.
Like it's not going to, a lot of these things aren't harmful. They're not going to really help.
Yeah.
I remember that one, like very early on when the Kardashians came out with some sort of like GLP vitamins or gummies. I forgot exactly what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I put it on my Instagram one day because one of
The
my patients was like, I'm
Lemmy?
taking these.
Yeah.
Or not. So, yeah, those
Lemmy.
things. Yes.
Yeah, Courtney
I
Kardashian,
remember
yeah.
saying to whoever it was, one of my patients, I was like, listen, there's
It's-
nothing, like there's
it's a
nothing, there's no
yeah.
GLP, there's nothing that's going to do what a GLP-1
No.
does. If you feel good doing it, that's fine, but I would not buy it. Like
Right.
this is like a waste of money.
I remember when I saw
would
that,
not
I
buy
rolled my
this.
eyes. Like a gummy GLP. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Like,
ridiculous.
just, like,
but they sold so many. Like
crazy.
they
Because
sold
marketing. That's marketing.
Marketing,
And don't
yes.
don't get fooled by marketing.
No,
like,
there's
read
so-
your ingredients, read
Yes.
the labels, ask your doctor.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
It's funny because back to like how you're a magician, but help me heal everything. Like my husband, I always tell you about, and his diet and his method, or not the word diet, but the way he lives, his wellness. Yeah. It's simple. It's just like man cave basics. Like it's back in the day, ancient. Like,
and he likes it. And
and you
satisfied.
Did the same thing. Like the both of you like kind of healed my relationship with food, because I remember he also said to me like, you have to eat carbs to survive. Like they're not bad. They're just part of the portion that you're supposed to have. So it really is like, for anyone watching that also complicates it, which I've done my whole life, it's really just simple.
It's simple. A little bit of carbs every meal, fruits and vegetables, protein. That's it.
What are the most common misconceptions about weight and health that you hear? Like I know the GLP gummies you just said, but what's another one that bugs you?
I mean, all like keto, like all these different things. Like, I mean, anything that tells you that you're gonna lose a lot of weight, like detoxes, all these like juice cleanses.
Like cleanses.
Oh, those are ridiculous. Because first of all, it's low calories. You are going to lose water weight. You end up losing muscle. You're not getting healthier.
You have one meal and gain it back.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I see this all the time. Like fasts. Like I don't believe in any of that stuff because it's not sustainable. You want to do something that you can sustain every day for the rest of your life. That's the key. There's so much BS out there.
Like if you're actively trying to lose weight.
If you're actively trying to lose weight, you just got to change your lifestyle. You got to it's not a diet.
That's what you said.
Change your lifestyle.
Because
like
enough of
something
the
you're
yo-yo.
gonna change every day.
Right.
Yeah, like you don't want to gain it and lose it.
Yeah.
And like you have to come to a happy medium. You have to come to a point where like you're eating healthy every day. You're in a negative calorie balance, but like a very little negative calorie balance that you could sustain, and you're not starving all the time. What most people do is they go on these like very restrictive diets.
Right.
They lose a lot of weight quickly. They can't sustain it. Yeah. And then the minute they go back to regular eating, how they used to eat, then they gain it all back. And it just happens over and over and over again.
I remember like always thinking or imagining like, I just want to get to a place where I just stay that way. Like that's my life. But I actually didn't think it was possible because just all the misconceptions, and I would yo-yo and fluctuate like, and I would go on those crazy diets, and then I would lose so much, and then I would be normal again or eat normal again, meaning like what's sustainable, right? And then gain again. And I'm like, how is this ever going to work?
Yeah, I did it too.
And then I meeting you, I'm like, I've literally just been happy because you've kept me at a healthy place to be.
And sustainable.
In my mind and body.
Good.
Yeah.
You feel good.
And
you're in
the
charge.
goal.
You're in control. Like you can go to a restaurant and feel like you're doing the right thing.
So what Dr. Sherry does, which I love, and we'll get into social media as well, it's not like what I eat in a day, like those influencers, or, you know, like this is my unrealistic morning, because they all are. Like who has that much time?
No, of course
So
not.
she does her meals, which I love, but the dinners, because I'm a big social person. We go out a lot, even in this industry, like, and I love going out to dinner.
Yeah.
So she goes out to dinner and she draws on the Instagram, like the portion, right? So like just little lines of like, this is the amount of carbs, here's your protein, here's your veg. Right. And here's your glass of wine if you want it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's just visually so easy to see, rather than being like at the dinner and like, should I have that? Like, it's just.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
like
it's okay.
I gave you permission to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I could do that.
You could do that.
On the map.
It's easy. Yeah.
And I don't feel bad anymore going out.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You should enjoy yourself. You're living your life. Like, you have to, of course you're going to have wine. You're not going to not have wine for the rest of your life.
I thoroughly get enjoyment over doing those kind of social things. Or,
yeah, of course.
And it's okay.
Of course it's okay.
I love your maps. Never stop doing them. Okay, let's talk about the hot topic that everybody wants to hear about.
Okay. Medications.
Okay. Ozempic time. And all of it.
Okay. What do you want to know?
We want to know everything. Like, what's your hot take on it? How do you feel about it? Okay. Is it a trend? Is it a lifesaver? Why is it also so controversial to people?
Okay. So I think, first of all, I love the medications. I use them all the time. I have tons of patients on all the medications. I got into weight loss before the medications. So as soon as the Ozempic came out, like my practice completely exploded because everyone wants to be on it. Yeah.
You don't see Dr. Sherry and she's pumping you with medications.
No.
She is first weight management and helps you change your lifestyle.
Yeah, so
because it's not sustainable.
So like I don't just put someone on medications and say here's medications, just eat whatever you want. Like you have to change what you're eating. These medications, they will help you like with the food noise, they'll help you not eat that much, but you still have to eat healthy, make healthy choices, be active, make sure you're doing strength training. Like we go through all of it. So I think, well, I'll start first with why there's controversy. I think a lot of people look at people who lose weight with the medications that it's the easy way out,
right?
Which it's not. They still have to work hard. I mean, you're still changing your lifestyle, so I don't believe it's the easy way out. But I think that there is controversy. Some people believe that it is.
Right.
I think the old controversy was people thought that they were taking the people who wanted to lose weight were taking the medications away from people who needed it for diabetes. But that's kind of settled down now with the introduction of Wegovy and
so like other different brands.
I think in the beginning, the beginning people were like, oh, they're taking the medications from people who need them. But as far as the medications are concerned, in my opinion, obesity is a disease,
right?
So which requires chronic treatment, and these medications are chronic treatment for these medications. So it's not for like a quick fix that you should take the medications and for 2 months. Like you need to be on them forever. It's kind of like if somebody with diabetes who has insulin, if you took away their insulin after being on them for 10 years, your sugar would go up.
Yeah.
So it's just people with obesity, and again, I don't like that word, but that is the medical term.
Right.
They have a hard time like maintaining their weight for whatever reason.
So
it could
now,
be different
with
reasons.
everything out, is it considered just for diabetes or obesity, which sometimes go hand in hand, or is it also now just a weight loss
so
tool?
what it is, so first came Saxenda, which I don't really use that much anymore because there's two newer ones. That's the brand name is liraglutide, but it was Victoza. That was the one that was for diabetes, and then it was Saxenda. That was the one that was labeled for weight loss.
Right.
I don't really use that one anymore. But anyway, so a lot of these molecules, they initially came onto the market because they were treating diabetes, but the patients who had diabetes were found to have lost a lot of weight. So what happened is these companies came out and they rebranded the same molecule, and it like a little bit different doses because they did different studies, and they showed that certain doses were better for weight loss rather than just glucose control. So these new medications are branded for weight loss. So like Wegovy and Zepbound, those are two medications that are branded for weight loss.
Got it.
The alternative medication, like semaglutide, that's the scientific name.
Okay.
That's the same as Wegovy. That's the weight loss one, and Ozempic is the one for diabetes. So Ozempic equals
that's
Wegovy.
like the OG.
They are the same thing. But Ozempic it's really for people who are getting it through insurance, because some insurances cover diabetes and some insurances don't cover weight loss.
Right.
So Wegovy is the same as Ozempic. It's the exact same molecules. They come in a little bit different forms, but the Wegovy is branded for weight loss. Same with the Mounjaro and with the Zepbound. So Mounjaro is the one for diabetes.
Right.
Zepbound is the one for weight loss.
Got it.
Same thing. Exact the way it comes. So the same different doses for both of those. And it's really just for insurance purposes, but like they are identical pens, completely identical.
Right.
So anyway, so these medications, in my opinion, are life-changing.
Right.
They help patients just stay on a healthy lifestyle plan. So like I said, it takes away the food noise, so you stop the cravings, you stop really wanting it, and it slows down your digestion, so you can't eat as much as you used to. So between those two things, like it's really, really helpful.
Right.
It takes away the food noise and slows down the digestion.
Well, even from just both of our experiences talking about growing up and our struggles with food and all of that and self-image, we prayed, right? Being on Nutrisystem, Weight Watchers at like crazy young ages for a magic pill.
A magic pill.
Like, isn't there just
I used to always say, like, what's the magic pill?
Right.
There was never a magic pill until now.
It is, everybody.
Now there's a magic pill. Injection.
So stop having all of these weird, like, objections to it or giving it a bad name.
There's nothing wrong with them.
Right.
There's nothing
negative
wrong with
connotation, because this is the magic pill that every woman has prayed for.
Everyone, of course.
And now it's here.
And if somebody needed medication for asthma, or if somebody needed medication for high blood pressure, or if somebody needed medication for any chronic disease, no one would deny them. No one would look down upon somebody taking them. And there shouldn't be any negative stigma about taking.
Being a healthy weight is important,
of
right?
course,
it's healthy. It's like, because that causes other issues.
100%. When you are obese,
Right.
you have an increased chance of getting heart disease, cancer, diabetes, high cholesterol, fatty liver disease,
Right.
and I can name like a gazillion other comorbidities that go along with being obese. So when you're at a healthy weight, aside from you're not at risk for any of these problems, you feel good.
Yeah.
You're happy, and you're more confident.
I'm telling you,
and
it cures more than just weight loss.
Of course, it does everything. It changes your life. It changes your life. You feel good.
So what about for the people listening that are, okay, if it's to lose weight, thinking, you have to be obese to take this, or what about the woman who's just 10 pounds overweight, or even 20, because you can be 20 pounds over the weight you want to be and still not look quote unquote obese.
Right.
So what would you say to those people who are like, well, she's not obese, she's just taking it to be really skinny, or
right. So I think, so there's definitely
like vanity.
And I get this all the time.
Yeah.
So I think, a lot of people, by the way, are at, they don't realize that they have excess body fat on them. So like the definition of obesity is really changing. It's really, I look at it like the percent body fat. So somebody may not have a high BMI and may not think that they're like obese, but they may have like very little muscle mass on them and have like a large percentage of fat on them, and that actually puts them at greater risk for getting any of these chronic diseases like diabetes, all that stuff. So if they're in the range, if their percent body fat is like over 32, 35,
which a lot more are than that they realize, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't even realize they're at that level. Then I think it's okay
because you don't necessarily have to look very overweight to be in that level.
No, of course not. Like a lot of people, when they come to my office, and like I said, I don't like to use the word, but like for insurance purposes, especially if they're going to cover any medication, you have to be. And they sometimes look at me like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm obese. I'm like, and I'm like, it's not an adjective. It's actually a medical condition. It's like asthma. Like they shouldn't have named it that way, but it's just a medical condition. And it's just you're at risk. You have like excess fat on your body, and that fat is causing you to be at risk for all
normalize
these different problems. Yes, like you have to normalize the word, even though like I still don't like that word myself.
I know.
So I think, those people may be, able to get those medications. I will tell you that unfortunately, like everyone wants to be on these medications now because they want to get rid of the food noise.
Yeah. So beyond
are the
just
recommendations, are the recommendations there? Because remember, when you take a medication, you're also putting yourself at risk for different side effects. So you have to weigh the risks and the benefits. Right. So people have to understand that, even if you take Tylenol, you could have bad side effects. So you have to see, like, each individual patient is different. More and more people are talking about microdosing these medications to lose like less weight. It's controversial right now. I know some people are doing that. And, like I said, there's no research to say that you should do that or shouldn't do that. But I know that there are definitely some doctors doing that and some patients who are, who don't really need to lose weight who are on these medications. And you can kind of see a lot of the celebrities out there that you're seeing that there are a lot of these people. I think
that's who made people mad too.
Yes. Like
why though? Why do you think?
You see like Kim Kardashian, all these people like, that you look how skinny they are, and like they're on the medications. I think it's like a known thing that she's on it, right? I mean, so many people are on these medications, so I think it's each individual person's conversation to have with their doctor if they need it, and like to see exactly how much body fat they have, and somebody who's monitoring them to make sure they're not eating in a disordered way. Right. Like, some people, if they take the medication the right way to take care of the noise and they're eating a healthy diet, and then it's one thing. But if someone's taking it because they need to starve themselves for and become anorexic, then that person shouldn't be on it. So it's like there's not like a definition. I can't say yes or no, but like
evaluate each client.
Each client needs to be evaluated. I think there definitely is a role for somebody who needs to lose 15, 20 pounds, depending upon what the story is. And like I said, they need to be watched by somebody and monitored. Exactly.
And she monitors you.
I monitor
you
everybody.
Go in, your muscles checked, everything. If you're not eating enough protein,
I yell at you or do strength training. Yes.
When I met Dr. Sherry on the boat, there was something that I don't even know if that you said this that clicked for me. But it was what changed my mind about everything. And you sat down, we started talking, and I asked you what you did. And you said, I work with a lot of women in weight management. And it was like, oh my God, like a fairy that just sent you. Like, like that's what I was looking for. Like, can you help me? And at the time, which I guess almost 2 years ago, when you brought up medication, or I asked you, is that what you do? It was almost like I wanted to whisper it, like, oh my gosh, like
it was a secret.
Right, because it's like people thought if you did it, like it was a bad thing,
right.
or you were
taking
the easy way out,
right?
Right, or like, oh, you don't have diabetes, so why
why are you taking it?
So many bad
right.
things are, oh, the celebrities just do it, and it's you just pay, and you don't have to do anything, and you said to me, it's just a helping hand.
Yeah, you still have to do it.
And that's what like clicked for me.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't going to be a magic pill that you take and all of a sudden you're just come out a skinny person. Like you said, it's just a helping hand. And I think the reason that clicked with me so much is because the decades I went through of putting myself on restrictions and diets and yo-yoing and struggling what felt like my whole life with my weight. And I was tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking tired of it. And I'm also, which we are going to get to social, but like before social was even big, like I've been called fat my entire life. Like my entire, from middle school, high school, college, after college, and even as a grown 35-year-old woman, like I have people on Instagram who will message me and tell me I'm fat, or it's wild, right? So when you said that to me, it felt like I already felt relief that I was going to see you and you were going to help me. It was just a helping hand to everything I've already tried. Like even, I know the right things to do. I've been to every doctor you could. I've been to the holistic people. I've did the unhealthy things like the Nutrisystem, the Weight Watchers, whatever there was. I've done watermelon diets. I've fasted for 5 days straight. Like anything you could think of.
You did it all.
I forgot that Beyonce one where it was like lemon and cayenne and honey.
Okay.
Maple syrup. Like I've done everything, every healthy and unhealthy thing. And I've still struggled because it was mental. It was my psychology. And I got to a point where my negative self-talk was through the roof. And I told myself I'll never be thin. And, because, I have an autoimmune where my knee doesn't operate the same.
You made excuses to yourself. Like you almost okayed it. Like it's okay.
I can't run.
I can't do it. It's okay.
I can't do cardio. I guess I'm just going to be fat. And everyone tells me I'm fat. And and it's crazy because it's like, I'm not like the heaviest person in the world. So
not at all.
It really gave me a complex to think all these people are telling me that like it must be true.
It becomes like when you hear it all the time, you start thinking like maybe I am. Like,
exactly.
It's very hard.
And I believed like and like you said, when you were that size, I relate to that because I felt like even at my heaviest points, I was like, I think I look good, but like no one else does. Everyone else is telling me I don't. Like, everyone's like giving me unsolicited advice. Like I remember a girlfriend, oh my God, I had just lost 10 pounds during Ozempic. She's not a girlfriend anymore. And during Ozempic, during COVID, I lost 10 pounds.
Okay.
I gained weight and then I went through, I lost the 10 pounds and I was feeling good. Like I was feeling thin. I was so excited. And I remember we were away and I had a bathing suit on and she looked at me and she's like, yeah, I think I would lose another 5 pounds or more if I were you. I think you'll be happier. And I remember being like so soul crushed.
Like that's so awful.
Because it just took me so fucking long to lose those 10 pounds.
Of course. And you felt like great.
And I was so happy stepping on the scale and I felt good in my skin during COVID, which is a time that was not good. And I just couldn't wrap my head around.
It's terrible. People make comments on your weight. It's like horrible.
And that was probably nothing to her. She probably wouldn't even remember saying that to me.
No.
But it was everything to me. Everything. And that's just one example, right?
No, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I remember, it's funny that you said that, but I remember things stick in your head that you just have memories. I remember, I think I must have been in college and I was going for a bikini wax.
Yeah.
And I remember the woman, like she was giving me bikini wax and she was like, oh, you have like a body like a woman. I was like, what? And the way she said it, she was being like, I had a bigger body.
Curves.
Like, like I was curvy. And I still remember it this day. Like, I still, and whenever I go get a bikini wax, I'm like thinking, like that woman, like these little
hurts,
stupid little comments, but it was like, it was meant to be like I was a bigger woman. Like,
I know.
It wasn't like I have like a sex.
It wasn't a compliment.
No, it wasn't a compliment. It was just like, oh, you're
right.
big body. Like, I was like, and I remember it struck me. I was like, oh my God, if she's going to say that, like, what is anyone else thinking?
What is everyone else thinking? That like, and I would believe like, oh my God, I must be this like morbidly obese person walking around, not knowing how heavy I am. And
meanwhile, you were hot and sexy. Maybe you needed to lose like 5 pounds, 10 pounds.
Who cares? And also, who cares?
No, who cares? Exactly.
Like,
and what did she care? Why was she even commenting on your weight?
Maybe if I was like 50 pounds over and unhealthy, right? But like another example of the same type of women, they're actually both not in my life, but I was in a dressing room with them, or I was living in the city at the time, and there was one top left. There was an extra small and a small, and one of them took the extra small, and I was like, oh, I'll grab the small. And they like turned around and looked at me, and one of them said, are you sure the small is going to fit you? And I remember just wanting to die. Like literally
so mean.
What do you, first of all, like I am smaller on top than on bottom.
Right.
I am a small on top. I'm like, why would you just, say that?
It's so mean.
Right?
People don't realize.
And like this was years ago. And I remember the exact thing I was wearing, the exact face they had, the exact salesperson that was waiting outside, because it would never leave me. And those were friends, right? Those are people called friends.
Yeah.
So imagine the people that aren't, right? Or imagine the trolls on the internet who literally don't know a thing about my life and are DMing me that I'm fat or,
terrible. People are jealous.
Yeah.
People are, they hold on to anything they think that could like hurt you, because they're not happy with themselves.
So beyond like us struggling in general as women and having to fit into a certain norm in society, and even our mothers feeling that way, right? Because they felt that way. There's also women who are just mean, or people who are just
a lot of mean girls
right,
out there.
Which
there are.
Also add into the psychology of hating your body and self-image. And like,
I totally agree.
I had to break up with all of that.
That's good that you did.
Yeah, whether it's physically breaking up with friendships or just even the mindset and concept of it.
It's like there's so much weight, like it's such a big part of people's, like people are like the way you present yourself in society, people judge so much.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who don't know, like you don't, like, people who are judging on the outside, and this isn't the excuses part of why I can't lose weight, but like don't know that my struggle of like, there were weeks where I couldn't get out of bed with my autoimmune. Like I physically.
No one knows any of your struggles.
No, like I couldn't.
No one knows anything.
The most mobile part of your body, right? I have an autoimmune that's 1 case per million. Like I've had 5 knee surgeries to remove tumors, benign tumors. No one knows that, like, you take for granted that you can just get up and go on a run or go do a workout and feel great. But there were some days that I literally couldn't move for the bed, or I would work out and then hurt myself, and that was such like a proud part of me. I love working out. And there's a lot of days I couldn't do it.
Right.
So it's been like a struggle finding out which ones I can do, or being easy on my body, or, finding out the workouts that make me mentally happy and physically. So like it's all been a struggle. And meeting you and learning about the helping hand, it changed my life. It really did.
I'm so happy.
And for everyone watching too, like beyond just taking a magic pill, working with a professional, a doctor, a board certified doctor who also has been through things that women have. Like you have changed my mindset about food. You have changed my relationship with food. You have changed, the way I think on a daily basis. And you're meeting like twice a month, right? So you're being monitored and you're going about it in the most healthy way possible. So to me, there's absolutely no negative connotation that can be around it.
Yeah, I agree. And you've done amazing. And I think that, like, I love helping you.
Thank
I love
you.
when you come. It's like, when you come for your appointment, it's like I have to tell the girls, give us extra time. Because I know I'm going to be running late.
Because I have to talk to you about other things.
No, I know, It's like we talk medicine
dating,
for like 10 minutes.
Everything.
Yeah, we're talking everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I've seen you change. From when you started till today, like, you've bloomed. I mean, you've bloomed with so many other things. So you have everything else going on in your life, which is amazing. But like, it's so, it gives me, like, I'm so, like, it's inspiring that like I see you like you're like a flower. You're like in your own garden and
even
doing
my
amazing.
anxiety you
and,
helped.
Like, everything.
No, really, like helped me with my anxiety.
Because I think all these things like anxiety, depression, it stems from like within. Like, are you comfortable? Like, I think a lot of the eating, your weight, like it shows it like. The way you present to the world affects like your anxiety, affects all that stuff because you start
confidence.
getting 100%. So like I think, I mean, I think you definitely have bloomed, and I'm so happy to hear that. Like
I feel like I just got a good report card. Like that's so exciting.
Yes.
Even like it's funny because confidence is a funny word. Like I feel like at times I could be so confident, but so insecure at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, and you've really helped me to stay in that confident part of me, right? And I think the food noise or the outside noise or the mean people and just things like that are what would hurt my confidence. But working with you, I've definitely been able to block it out because the food noise, it's also like the mean noise of people saying things.
And he's like, you have
and
to just not care. Like, just like move on from it. Like don't subject yourself to people comments. Like you got to do your own thing.
I
like
told
you're the
last
right thing.
comment I got. I was in your office last month, and I was away. I was on my honeymoon, and somebody messaged me about me being fat and all this other mean stuff, and said just like announce your pregnancy already because you look fat. Was the comment.
Horrible.
And normally it would throw me into a tailspin and I would cry and I would like try and starve myself or not eat. And I continued eating my breakfast,
like, whatever,
my
who
beautiful
cares? Like,
Dubai breakfast with my husband. And I said,
good.
Come up with better fucking material.
Yeah,
like,
ridiculous.
I'm tired of being called fat. Come up with new material. Like, I'm not fat. Maybe you're
they're
fat.
Just jealous.
So, like,
the fact that they're even looking at you,
Right.
they're when someone is looking at you like that, like they're jealous. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't even be on your page.
Also, I would never think of seeing somebody and just wanting to say something mean about them.
That's what
like,
I'm saying. They have too much time on their hands.
Yeah, too much time. Get a hobby. Get a new job.
Exactly. Do something with yourself. Like these people who do things like that, these mean girls, like these trolls on Instagram or whatever, like they have nothing else better to do with their time.
Yeah. So if you're gonna come at me again with the fat comments, come up with better material because it is no longer affecting me.
Right. Good. And it should.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
I'm glad we discussed that.
Yes,
and if
me
anyone
too.
has questions, the doctor is in the house.
Yes.
DM her, call her. We will drop all of her information to pimp out Dr. Sherry. But we're not done.
Okay.
Outside of the renowned doctor that you are and the incredible woman you are that are just changing lives and inspiration, tell us who Sherry is outside of Dr. Sakowitz.
Okay, so my most important hat is my mommy hat.
Love.
I have two boys, 15 and 17, who are my life. My oldest one is going off to college next year,
Oh my
so it's very
God,
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah, so
Where?
he's going to Emory.
Amazing. Oh my God, I worked at that school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. And my other one is 15. He's still a freshman. Okay. They live with me. We live together. I'm divorced, so my ex-husband is not in the picture. And of course, my friends. I have a great group of friends that I love, that are supportive, that I've been friends with for a long time. Yeah. So if I'm not working, which I'm usually working,
right.
And I'm not being a mom and not with my friends, I'm definitely doing Pilates or some kind of activity because
6 a.m.
I love Pilates, 6 a.m., yes. Lots of walks. I love to cook. I try to do as much cooking as I can, although I don't have a lot of time.
And you have a good social life. Like I love...
Yeah, I love going out.
Yeah.
I love going out to dinner all the time, going out with my friends.
Right.
Traveling. I love to travel when
Right.
I have time. Of course, I'm so busy with everything else. But that's
also,
really...
Dr. Sherry is on the market.
Yes, I am.
So we are taking inquiries on very suitable, high-value men.
Yes, I am.
DM us. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about skincare.
Okay.
Give us the tea, like on what is your morning routine? Like
Okay.
Also, definitely follow her. You're one of my favorite follows because it's
thank you.
just real stuff
Yeah,
that we do.
thank
Like
you.
you're with your kids, or you're posting your breakfast, or where you're out to dinner, or you're with patients and you're showing the results. It's so authentic, and she's a great follow.
Thank you.
Walk us through your morning start to finish.
So it's very simple. So morning routine. I've been blessed with good skin, so I'm happy that a lot of it is genetics. So I can't say I have all these secret things, but Ever since I was probably 15, I've been using Cetaphil. So I cleanse with Cetaphil every morning. And then I use vitamin C. Like I use Maylove, which I love, which I've always used that. And then I use an Estee Lauder, like an SPF day cream. And that's what I use every day.
Perfect.
If I'm wearing makeup, I'll use like a CC cream.
Yeah.
But
again,
usually
keep it simple.
That's all I do. Keep it simple. And nighttime, again, I use my Cetaphil cleanser.
Love it.
And then I use like
one of my
a
retinoid.
retinoid.
It's
Like
gentle.
I do some kind of like a retinoid
at night.
At nighttime, and then I just use any like it could be like a what is it called? Now I can't even think about it. Not Cetaphil. It's that skincare with the C. I can't remember it now.
Caudalie? No.
No. It's like a drugstore brand. I can't remember what it is, but it's nothing special. And I go to different brands, just like a nighttime like hydrating,
like a thicker cream.
Yeah, like a thicker cream. That's it. That's all I do. But always vitamin C and always like a retinoid.
And
at night.
SPF.
And always SPF.
Yeah.
I don't leave the house without putting an SPF.
Me either.
Definitely.
I'm crazy
I
about
won't
it.
even even if I go out for a walk at like 7 in the morning, I have SPF on.
Right.
That's for sure.
So that's her skincare. Keep it simple, just like eating. But what's your morning routine? So you wake up and what is the first thing you do?
First thing I do always is I hydrate. So I keep a bottle of water next to my bed. I every night I make sure to keep my bottle of water next to me. And I'll drink a full 16, 17 ounce bottle of water. Then I go downstairs, have my coffee. And I have to do this. Even if I take like a Pilates class at 6 a.m., I have to hydrate and I have to caffeinate.
Yeah.
And otherwise I can't leave the house.
Yeah, no.
Like
it's a must.
Yeah. So I have my coffee routine is I have like a cup of dark roast with collagen powder in it. And I use I've been using Fairlife milk now. I usually probably about like a half a
what
cup
collagen
or 3
powder?
quarters.
We want to know everything.
I just use the Wegmans brand. I used to use Vital Proteins for years.
Yeah, that's what I used to use.
And then I just started buying the Wegmans one, and I like that one just as much.
Okay,
it was
amazing.
like half of the amount of money, so I started using that one, and I like it.
Wegmans, shout out.
Yep, Wegmans and Fairlife milk, and then I use like 1 teaspoon of sugar in there, and I love it. And that's there's like over 20 grams of protein in it, so it's kind of like a protein shake first thing in the morning.
Right.
And that's always my coffee. That's what I do. I used to use half and half, but I switched over to the Fairlife.
I think I like Fairlife. I think my mom has that.
I've been using that for a while.
So
I like it.
I think it would be the coffee that you said, but I was going to ask, what is the self-care ritual that you will never skip, like no matter how busy life gets?
Oh, I mean, definitely coffee. I mean, probably like flossing.
I
I have like an obsession with flossing also. Like every night I have to floss. Like I can't, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter what time I get home at night. Right. It doesn't matter like if I had like a couple glasses of wine, like I'm in there.
You're
like
flossing?
like a full floss, and I also have to take my makeup off.
Yeah, me too.
Like I cannot go to sleep with makeup. That's for sure.
That should be illegal.
So that's like definitely those things are like non-negotiables. Like
there's some nights where like I'll go out and like we have a good time eating a couple cocktails and I'll be like, wow, drunk me was very impressive last night. Like my jewelry is away, my face is washed, my skincare is on.
Like I have to. Like
It's
I can't.
habit. Yeah.
I will not go to sleep if
Right.
if I have makeup on my
Same.
face. Like that's a non-negotiable. Take off the makeup.
Me too. Okay, guilty pleasure time.
Yes.
What is like
What are my guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a good one.
So I mean, honestly, I love my glass of wine when I come home from work.
Yeah.
I could have a glass of wine every night because
Me too.
I feel like I work my like tail off
You
every
really
day.
do.
I like to come home. It's relaxing to me. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So definitely a glass of wine.
Is it the
probably almost
ritual
every
of
night.
pouring the glass of wine more than the wine?
Probably, and it's
I
in the
think it
glass.
is for
and
me
it's
too.
the glass. I have to have it with a glass.
Me too.
Because if I had it in like a paper cup,
I
like,
wouldn't drink
enjoy
it.
it. No,
Same.
it's the whole thing. It's
Agreed.
it's the like really nice cup, and it's
Yeah.
like me sitting down,
Like the
feeling-
experience.
It's the whole thing.
Thank you.
Totally agree.
I'm
Definitely
gonna
has
make
to do
my
with the
husband
cup.
watch that part.
Definitely. Yes,
because he'll be like, sometimes it's not even the wine that I want. Like it's just the like.
It's the ritual.
It makes
It's the
me
ritual.
feel like
I feel good.
I can relax now.
Yeah, no, and if you feel
Okay,
sexy,
doctor
like, in, like
approved.
a nice little like yes, of course, doctor. Wine is definitely doctor approved. Okay, so definitely a glass of wine. Let's see, guilty pleasure. Once in a blue moon, I'll go and get like a Dairy Queen ice cream. Like I love Dairy Queen.
That's my favorite.
Like I love it. Like vanilla with like with sprinkles on it. Oh my god.
Oh my
like,
god.
Just like a little. Like I'm good with like a kitty.
Yeah.
And like I just like I love it. And sometimes
satisfies.
I'll have it, and I don't need to like. Doesn't have to be a special occasion.
Right.
I don't award myself for something I did
Right.
good.
No
it's
rewards.
like whenever you don't reward. Like if you want it, you want it.
Right.
So like every once in a while, I'll want it, and I'll go and I'll get it, and I'll eat it in my car, and I love it.
I love that.
So I'll do that once in a while. I love tortilla chips. I love them to the point where don't even buy them because I know when they're in the house, like a little voice will come in my head and I want them. Just like no special kinds. Like I love tortilla chips. It could be. I love Tostitos. I love Tostitos.
But you're not. You don't discriminate.
No, I don't discriminate. Like I just love them and like and I'll stop myself. I'll have like one or maybe 2 portions if they're there, but they're usually not there. Like I nutrition proof the house. Like
so that's the ultimate.
I don't buy it, but that's like that's like my ultimate. Like if I feel like it, one day if I like if I'm PMSing or something, I'd be maybe like I really need it,
and that's a real thing, right?
Oh, 100%. Okay. It's like a hormonal thing. Yeah. Yes, definitely.
If you're having a rough day, bless you. It's okay. If you're having a rough day, what's your go-to pick-me-up?
Let's see. My go-to pick-me-up, I definitely will say I need a glass of wine. Like I'll be dreamy about it. Like I can't wait to go home and have my glass of wine. Too. Like that's just what I want. Or just to like maybe talk to like my sister, Sauvignon Blanc. It's my favorite. What's your favorite?
It depends the mood, right? The mood, okay. Like if it's a red,
okay.
I'm into Amarone right now.
Okay.
But white, I love a Sauv Blanc. Mm-hmm. I like a good Chardonnay sometimes, or Sancerre.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't discriminate.
I like no, me neither. I don't discriminate either.
It's like
I don't discriminate either. But
what's your favorite Sauvignon Blanc?
My favorite. Oh my God! So I have so many. I don't even discriminate. I don't know. I've been liking Craggy Range lately. Okay. Cloudy Bay I like. Good. What are some other
Reminds
ones?
me of summer.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I also like a rosé too, by the way, in the summer. I like a nice rosé.
I'm going to have to send you one of my favorites.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked a lot about body image, right? Which I wanted to, we got into that and social media. But piece of advice, right, from you. So what are small, because we said it's very hard in this day and age with all the toxic things that are out there of the wellness industry. What is some small but powerful mindset shifts that are recommended for women struggling with their body image who are bombarded by all the outside noise?
Okay, so I think you have to just keep it simple and stop with the like restrictive mindset and like stop planning so much and stop counting calories. I think, people get into this thing like, I'm going to have 1,200 calories today, and they start restricting themselves. And like, I would just wake up in the morning and just figure out what kind of activity you're going to do that day. Have 3 meals a day. Listen to your body. When you feel hungry, that's when you're supposed to eat. And eat something that's going to fill you up. Don't just eat chips. Try to stay away from processed foods. Try to eat real foods. Because that's what your body wants.
Get your nutrients.
Get your nutrients. Every meal should have a protein in it. Start simple. There's no like magical diet or formula. Just be active every day. Move your body.
Sometimes I feel like all those videos that are out, like the hot girl routine or the what I eat in a day. You watch it and you're like, "Wait, should I be like?
Should I be doing that?"
It gets in your head.
It gets in your head. Yes, it's like,
but also it's not real,
and it's not realistic.
It's not what they're actually doing.
No, and these girls, they have like hours every day.
Right.
So like they're planning, they're like meal prepping for hours.
Yeah.
They have all the healthy foods in their house,
and it doesn't look the same every day, and it doesn't have to work for everybody. Like
no.
Like even what works for my husband, like he is really good at being like routined and scheduled, and that's how his brain works. Where if I'm like, I have to eat this many calories at this, like I get like a little anxiety from that.
Yes, you get anxiety. It's
and
like,
I do the opposite.
Yeah.
So if I just like listen to my body,
just listen to your body. Be confident. Your body like knows what you want.
Right.
So like wake up in the morning, eat when you're hungry.
Right.
Stay away from like sugary drinks because that's all like extra calories. I always call that liquid candy. Like try to stay away from that. And just wake up in the morning, eat what you feel like eating because we eat for different reasons. We eat for fuel, but we also eat for pleasure. So make sure you're eating mindfully, paying attention to what you're eating, enjoying what you're eating, and just don't let it be the center of don't get obsessed with it every day. And like I said, the more you start meal prepping and planning calories, it's like you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
Right. It's not sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable.
How do you personally show up for yourself when you're not feeling 100%?
That's a good question. So, I mean, a lot of days I'm tired. I don't get enough sleep, even though I should get sleep. I have a hard time sleeping, and I don't know. I just do it. I tell myself like I have to be on. I try to tell myself that I'll go to sleep early that night if I don't get enough sleep, or if I'm, if I'm PMSing, if I'm whatever, like I just show up. I don't know. I just do it. I lock in. I just figure it out. I tell myself like I just have to do it. Like there's no oh I should leave early. Like there's no like I don't do that. Like that's not that's not how I like operate. That's not how I ever have operated. Like I just show up. And I know that I can sleep later or figure it out later. But like, when I'm on, I'm on. Like when I'm at work, like I'm at work. It doesn't matter if I'm tired. It doesn't matter if I'm not feeling well. Like I show up.
Sometimes
no one will know.
Impress yourself. Will know. Wow.
Yes, I fake it. Like I just whatever. I go in there with a smile and my confidence, and I just make it work. Like whatever it is.
But
it's hard. Sherry. I mean, I'm a human. Like everyone, we all have our good and bad days. But I just try to just make it work. I power through it.
You just show up.
I just show up. That's what I do.
It's really all simple.
You have to just show up. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to a lightning round, rapid fire questions. Okay. Fun stuff to end it, even though this has all been fun.
Okay.
And then I want to end with spilling the tea on your new venture.
Okay.
Okay. Hot take. We know the answer, but Ozempic, go or no?
Go.
Got it. Favorite Pilates move or workout?
Oh my God. I like the favorite Pilates. I mean, definitely reformer. Right. But like all the moves, I like feet and straps. That's probably the best.
Yeah. Right.
That's like my favorite. Yeah. I've been liking a lot of like the TRX stuff lately too. Okay, like cool. The suspend stuff.
And what Pilates place do you like going to?
Club Pilates.
Club Pilates. Yes. Shout out. One product you can't leave home without.
Oh, my lip gloss.
Yeah. Which one?
All different kinds. I probably have like 5 in my pocket right now. Different brands. Whatever I feel like in the mood for.
I have a lot of those.
Yes.
Wine or cocktail?
Oh, definitely wine.
Yeah. Favorite thing to do with your kids?
Go out for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Lately, they're older now, so that's what they like to do.
So it's more enjoyable too.
Yeah. Or vacation with them, like travel.
Yeah. Well, best place for a girls' night out?
Ooh, in New Jersey, I like to go to Barca.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you like to go?
I love that place. Mm-hmm. I always go to River Palm.
Okay.
But I should change it up.
Okay. I like River Palm too.
Yeah.
I like River Palm too.
Barca's good.
Though. Barca's like a good girls' place.
I forgot about that spot.
Barca's a good
All right, I'm
going
to go there next.
Okay.
Blaine has not been. She would love it.
Oh, yeah. I love that place.
First thing you do when you walk through the door at night after work?
First thing I do, take off my shoes.
Yeah.
Put my keys down. Go upstairs. Go up to the kitchen. See my dog, my little puppy that I just got. And of course, after all of that, then I go and like take off my clothes, take off the bra. Everything comes off.
Moment.
Yes,
it's
the bra moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Come downstairs and probably have my glass of wine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I think every woman could relate on that. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes my bra comes off before I even get to the top of the stairs.
Okay. I'm like, just like get it off.
Get everything off and put on my
something comfy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And the wine. Mm-hmm. That pour.
Mm-hmm.
Finish this sentence.
Okay.
The woman I'm becoming is.
Let's see who I'm becoming. It's hard because I feel like I guess more. Oh my God, I've been thinking about this lately. Like I feel like I like to say no more. Like I'm becoming more like self-aware of, and like I've been doing a lot of like reflecting on myself and like in life, like what I've done right and what like mistakes I've made. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to be a better person in the sense that like I'm trying not to be. Oh, this was a good one. This is fun. Be not too trusting of other people, because I think my whole life I'm just very trusting. I was brought up in a environment where my parents were very honest. Everyone was positive. Right. Like I didn't know from dishonest people or people who are lying, and I've come across a lot of that in my life and realized that not everybody is your friend. And so I think I am becoming like more aware of and trusting a little less, because boundaries. I'm very I like to trust everybody, because I feel like whenever someone says something to me, I believe them, because I don't lie. So I feel like when everyone else isn't
like
lying.
You're not skeptical first.
No, but I'm learning to be a little bit more like, like not as trusting. But I think it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good.
That's what it is.
I relate to a lot of what you said today.
Oh, okay.
Who is your dream client? My final question.
My dream client. Oh my God. I think it's not a particular person, but it's somebody who has failed on so many levels and feels that there is nothing else that can be done. And I feel like, come to me, I will change your life. I will help you. I will help you. I will like change your life. And you know what?
She will.
It brings me to thinking, I don't know if you saw my post this week, but I had an 18-year-old boy who came to me about 2 years ago, and he walked through my doors. He was 418 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember even thinking to myself, like, they told me he failed everything.
Right.
You know, there's nothing else he could do. We talked about surgery. They did not want to have surgery. And the mom is like, you're our last stop.
Wow.
Like, you know, like, can you help us? Like, we've been everywhere. So I remember thinking to myself, like, oh my God, this is going to be really hard. Like, this is like a really big job. Like, it's one thing to lose like 50 pounds or 100 pounds. Like, this guy needs to lose over 200 pounds.
Right.
So anyway, fast forward, he weighs 223 pounds.
Oh
He's
my
lost
God.
almost 200 pounds.
That is incredible.
And like the feeling I get when he comes to see me, like, I really changed
Like,
his
melts you,
life
yeah.
and his family's life. And like, he's
Oh,
going to
sure.
college now. Like, he feels great about himself. Like, so I love to do that.
Yeah.
I wish I could change everybody's life.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I wish I could, like, I feel like I can help people in a way that, you know, it's the people who feel like they can't do it, like they don't know what else to do at this point. Like, come to me. Like, I'll help you.
I was exhausted
Like, I feel
when
like
I found you.
Yeah, like, I feel like, you know.
And
like,
now I'm
anyone-
re-energized.
Oh, I'm so happy.
No, you really are a doctor that changes people's lives, like in more
Thank
ways
you.
than it's not just a fix. It's like
Oh,
an entire
thank you.
lifestyle.
Thank you.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
Tell us and spill the tea. And I'm so
Yes.
proud of that patient.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
Please spill the tea on
Yes.
your upcoming venture.
Okay,
Dr.
so-
Sherry
Yes.
has a
Yes.
concierge business
Yes.
in the city.
Yes,
Tell us about
concierge
it.
obesity medicine. So this has been a dream of mine for a really long time. So basically, I am able to allocate so much time to my concierge patients. They have me obviously being their doctor, their friend, their supporter, their best friend. But there's open communication. Like, they can text me when they want, go to restaurants. What should I order? I am like at their 24/7
And
availability.
it's actually her answering.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
me answering.
AI bot.
Yeah, it's just like a much more, it's kind of like what I'm already doing, but
Right.
much more intense, like
Right.
much more hand holding. I'm on top of you, like making sure you're doing the right thing, texting you during the week. Like,
Right.
did you go for a walk today?
Yeah.
Like, really just, really doing what I want to do. I wanted to be able to see less patients and give them like 100% of me,
Right.
so that like I know that they'll be successful.
Incredible.
So, so I'm really excited about it. And obviously, I love doing what I'm doing and
Yeah.
helping people. So this is just allowing me to allocate more time to be with patients. So,
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank
you already give 100%, and I'm not even,
Mm-hmm.
this was before the concierge, so I can't even
Yes.
imagine the level of service.
Yes.
Well, this was
you.
incredible.
Amazing.
Thank you
I
so
love
much for
you.
being here. You're one of my
Oh,
favorite
thank you
people
for
ever.
having me.
Thank you for being here. And
thank you.
if any of this resonated with anybody listening, your girl is here. And not only is she the best doctor, but she's incredibly fun to be with. We forget to talk about why I'm there.
I know.
When I come.
We do.
And
it's true.
we will pimp out all of Dr. Sherry's Instagram handles and way to contact her and her new concierge business, which is going to explode. I know it. So get in now.
Thanks
For spilling the tea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much fun.
Yay.
Yay.
That was
That was so fun. Woo.